Bernie H, first on the live stream. How you doing, Bernie? Would have been here on time, but my computer was being dorkish. I'll be nice and say it that way. My computer was not cooperating with me today. But what's new? What is new? We do have 201 entries, so we do have 2 prizes on the wheel for the June-July giveaway. Just wanted to update everyone on that. God is great's in the house. Bernie H, Lockin 99's in the house. We're doing a vintage Fairfield Friday today after we do our trivia and our biography for Wesley Branch Rickey, commonly known as Branch Rickey. He went by his middle name. I guess he didn't like Wesley, so he became Branch Rickey. I don't know if I would have liked Wesley either. Wesley sounds kind of fancy, hoity-toity. But Branch Rickey sounds much, much better, I think. And we'll learn about, well, a lot of people probably know about Branch Rickey and who he was and who played Branch Rickey in the Jackie Robinson movie. Alright, so other than that, let me get up to the live chat here. What was that? 204 for Bernie H. That means at 2:09 in 2 minutes we'll log in the early birds that make it in. Tumbleweeds in the house. Whoa, that's a new person. How you doing there, Tumbleweed? Thanks for popping into the stream here, Tumbleweed. Hopefully you'll enjoy our show today. Alright, so Tumbleweeds made it into the early bird, so you get 2 entries into my June-July giveaway. All you will have to do, you don't have to be present to win, but you do have to contact me if you win and you're not present during the live stream that we do the drawing. Okay? Because then I'll need to know where to send your giveaway. If I don't have you in the books as having won a giveaway before, I will have no way of knowing where to send it. So you'll just have to keep in touch there, Tumbleweed, if you want to come back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel, and you will be involved in that. So here we go in a second. If I win, you can give it to someone else. Keep up the good contact. Okay, thanks there, Tumbleweed. So let me see here. 2:09 and the early birds. Right at 2:09 we'll end the early birds, and then I'll log everybody in on my giveaway sheet here, and I will add the Tumbleweed in. We got 2:09. There we go. And the early birds. Let me do the live stream update. So also there, Tumbleweed, you are eligible to answer our baseball trivia questions if you want to. If you want to. Alright, so let me get everybody in here that's here for the early birds. We've got Bernie H. Gets 2 entries for the 7th today. Alright, then we've got God is Great. God is Great's in the house. Alright. Bernie H, God is Great. Bernie H, Lockin 99 gets 2+. And then we got Tumbleweed. Let me add you on the end here. UMBLEWED. Tumbleweed. And you'll get 2 entries, and if you get the trivia correct, you could get some more. Alright, so without further ado, give you a little rundown of what we got going today for this Friday, the last day of my YouTube Live week. I do YouTube Live Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 2 p.m. until we finish. But I will be finished well in advance because I gotta have dinner, and then I have my Ken Griffey Jr. auction on WhattNot at 6 to 9 p.m. tonight. So that is where we stand there. But this is Hall of Fame Biography episode 249, branch Rickey, plus baseball trivia times 2. We're going to have 2 trivias today. Left Behind times repack box pack, unless by the time we get to opening that, if we have 10 thumbs up, we will open up 2 packs. His repacks that he sends me usually are Seattle Mariners or Hall of Fame players, which are awesome sometimes, most of the time actually. And then after his Left Behind time repack boxes, we will have a vintage Fairfield product to open up on the live. So until then, let's go ahead and get ready to do our first trivia. We'll get ready to do our first trivia. Our first trivia is going to be 5 points. It's going to be a 5-point for 5 entries to whoever answers the correct answer first. So for today, Friday, June the 7th, our baseball birthdays are Thurman Munson, Herb Score, Heath Slocum, and Don Money. Okay? And it is World Series related. How many post 1960 expansion teams have not won a World Series? Is it A, none? Is it B, 1? Is it C, 3? Is it D, 5? Or is it E, 7? Go ahead and start your guessing now. Alright, we'll go at least 2 minutes, so it's 2:13 on my clock here, to give you a chance to research and do whatever you want really quick here. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Tumbleweed. Do I know you from somewhere else? Are you from my Facebook group or WhattNot or something of that nature? You can just say what platform you're from and how you found me out. Or have you been watching for a while and just never been chatting in the chat with us? That's pretty cool though. Appreciate everybody that does support the channel. I do all kinds of different content. I've got can't remember if I'm at 2,000 videos or over 2,000 videos. I've been subscribed for a few years and never chatted. Well, thank you very much there, Tumbleweed. I figure it does help if you do get a chance when you watch some of my videos, if you'll just give it a thumbs up, and then post a comment for the video. It shows when comments are being made that Larkin got it correct. Stop the trivia. Larkin got that one correct with the letter E, 7. Okay, so Larkin got the 5 entries. So let me go ahead and read the answers again. Or not just the answer, and I'll read the information on the back of the sheet here. How many post-1960 expansion teams have not won a World Series? The answer is 7. The Rangers, established in 1961. The Brewers, 1969, the Expos 1969, the Padres 1969, the Mariners 1977, the Rockies 1993, and the Rays in 1998 have never won a World Series. Now, they may have played in a World Series, but they've never won. So that is 7 teams have not won the World Series so far. I know the Mariners has won. I don't even think the Mariners have made it to the World Series that I recall. But that's okay. All right. Next up, is dubious distinction for, and this one will be I'm going to make this one it's worth 4 points, and you'll understand why in a minute. 4 points if you get the 2 correct answers. So there's 2 correct answers. If you get the 2 correct answers, you'll get 4 points. There's 5 choices, but only 2 correct answers. Okay, dubious distinction. Oh, our Saturday birthdays for tomorrow, Saturday, June 8th, are Del Ennis, Mark Ballinger, Van Lingle Mungo, and Eddie Goodell. And our Sunday birthdays for Sunday, June 9th, are Dave Parker, Bill Verdon, Irish Musil, and Frank McCormick. Dubious distinction. Which team holds the record for losing the most consecutive World Series? Which teams holds the record for losing the most consecutive World Series? Again, there's going to be 2 correct answers. If you get both correct first, you'll get 4 entries into the monthly, or the June-July drawing. Okay, so which teams holds the record for losing the most consecutive World Series? Is it A, the Dodgers, B, the Red Sox, C, the Dodgers, D, the Tigers, and E, the Cubs? That trivia don't make much sense, whoever made this up. But start your guessing now. There's only 2 correct answers in there. Oh, it might be outdated. Yeah, I think, let me look on the back here while you guys are guessing. It should say what year they got this information from. And I think I've shared it when we first started. This is through the 2022 season, because you got to remember they made these up probably ahead of time. So this is 2022 and before. So whoever won 2023 last year might have been one of those teams. I can't remember who won last year. Wasn't Houston again, was it? No. Who won the World Series last year? Maybe it was one of those teams. Oh, the Rangers last year. Okay. Locken is half correct. Just so you do know. So let's see. What time did I start that? We will say 2:18, 2:20. I'll end the guessing. At 2:21. Bernie H. got it with A and E. The Dodgers and the Cubs. Way to go there, Bernie. You got 4 entries in here for that correct answer. Locking was close. Locking was close. Okay, so that'll end our trivia for today. Again, which team holds the record for losing the most consecutive World Series? It is A, the Dodgers, and E, the Cubs. It says A and E. Though both teams have won recently, with the Dodgers taking the series in 2020 and the Cubs in 2016, both share the record for losing 7 straight before winning one. The Cubs' futility came first as they lost the Fall Classic in 1910, 1918, 1929, 1932, 1935, 1938, and 1945. The Brooklyn Dodgers lost in 1916 and 1920 when they were called the Robins, and then in 1941, 1947, 1949, 1952, and 1953. So there you go. They are the 2 teams which holds the record for losing the most consecutive World Series. Okay, so I will set this off to the side here until we get to the 2-minute warning at the end of the show, where you're eligible to get 2 more entries. Bought a blaster box of archives today. 45 out of the 56 cards had a damaged bottom right corner. Have to send them into Tops and see what I get back. Oh my word. In other words, they had somehow it got crushed, huh? And probably the people in the store said, oh well, we'll let Tops worry about it. Oh my word. That must have been a kicker. Whoa. Was the box really damaged, or did it not really show that much damage? That is crazy. Okay. Well, we're going to get into Wesley Branch Rickey. He's our last one for this week. And next week, we will have up to bat. I won't be doing Cal Ripken because I already did Cal Ripken's biography already once. So you can look for him. He'll be episode 250. But next week, we'll have Mariano Rivera, Epa Rixey, Phil Rizzuto, and Robin Roberts. Okay, so those will be our 4 Hall of Famers for next week. But for the last Hall of Famer for this week is Wesley Branch Rickey. Played for St. Louis in the American League in 1905, 1906, and 1914, and the New York Yankees in the American League in 1907. He's the founder of the farm system, which he developed for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Brooklyn Dodgers, copied by all other major league teams. He served as executive for the Browns, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, and the Pirates, and brought Jackie Robinson to Brooklyn in 1947. So, of course, everybody knows he's part of the Jackie Robinson story in the movie Jackie Robinson. No damage. It was done during packaging. Oh, probably. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty good. They should make it good then. They should make it good and send you another box. I'm pretty sure they've got some somewhere. I would venture to guess. But I could be wrong. You never know. Okay, where did you go? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why my computer is not working properly. Let me get things in order here first so I can see the chat. Oh, my iMac is running slow. Come on. Sometime today would be nice. Hopefully you guys are having a great Friday, getting ready for a weekend. It's the merry month of June with lots of graduations taking place. We've got one of our nephew's sister's daughters graduating from high school. We're going to her graduation party, I guess you'd call it, tomorrow. And then next week, our nephew-in-law's sister is graduating. Okay, I think we're getting closer here, as long as I can get that to load up. Okay. Come on. Come on. You can load now. We'll let you. I don't know why I do this sometimes. Oh, there goes the little red bar. It's going to load up any second now. It's going to load up any second. I think. Hopefully it's going to load up correctly. What? What is this thing doing? Hold on. You gotta love when your computer has a mind of its own. It just went somewhere where I didn't even tell it to go. That's how screwy my computer is being these days. Oh my word. Hello? No. Oh my word. This is so... Thank you. Go, please. Sometime today. No, I don't want... Oh my word. Now I think it's finally switching. And I'll let you load. I just need to go to my other page now. A computer that runs so slow is tiring. Does that make any sense, that a computer that runs so slow is tiring? At least I can see I have 4 thumbs up. Okay, Branch Rickey. Wesley Branch Rickey was born December 20th, 1881 and passed away on December 9th, 1965. He was an American baseball player and sports executive. Rickey was instrumental in breaking the Major League Baseball's color barrier by signing black player Jackie Robinson. He also created the framework for the modern minor league farm system, encouraged by the major leagues to add new teams through his involvement in the proposed Continental League, and introduced the batting helmet. He was posthumously elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1967. Rickey played in Major League Baseball for the St. Louis Browns and the New York Highlanders from 1905 to 1907. After struggling as a player, Rickey returned to college, where he learned about administration from Philip Bartolome. Returning to the major leagues in 1913, Rickey embarked on a successful managing and executive career with the St. Louis Browns, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Brooklyn Dodgers, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cardinals elected him to their team Hall of Fame in 2014. Rickey also had a career in football as a player for the professional Shelby Blues and as a coach at Ohio Wesleyan University and Allegheny College. His many achievements and deep Christian faith earned him the nickname the Mahatma, or Guru. right? As far as his early life, Rickey was born in Portsmouth, Ohio, the son of Jacob Frank Rickey and Emily Nee Brown. Rickey was the uncle of Beth Rickey, a Louisiana political activist. He graduated from Valley High School in Lucasville, Ohio in 1899, and he was a catcher on the baseball team at Ohio Wesleyan University, where he obtained his Bachelor's of Arts. Rickey was a member of the Delta Tau Delta fraternity. Rickey was a master mason in Tuscan Lodge number 240 in St. Louis. After arriving in Brooklyn, Rickey joined the Montauk Mason Lodge number 286 in Brooklyn. Stricken with tuberculosis, he sought treatment in Saranac Lake, New York in 1908-1909. Trudeau Sanatorium. Later, he moved into the Jacob Schiff Cottage. As far as his professional playing career, before his front office days, Rickey played both football and baseball professionally. A left-handed batting catcher, he played both baseballs, minor and major leagues. As far as football, in 1902, Rickey played professional football for the Shelby Blues of the Ohio League, the direct predecessor to the modern National Football League. Rickey often played for pay with Shelby while he was attending Ohio Wesleyan. During his time with Shelby, Rickey became friends with his teammate Charles Follis, who was the first black professional football player. He also played against him on October 17, 1903, when Follis ran for a 70-yard touchdown against the Ohio Wesleyan football team. After that game, Rickey praised Follis, calling him a wonder. It is also possible that Follis' poise and class under the pressures of such racial tension, as well as his exceptional play in spite of it, inspired Rickey to sign Jackie Robinson decades later. Rickey, however, stated his inspiration for bringing Jackie Robinson into baseball was the ill treatment he saw received by his black catcher Charles Thomas on the Ohio Wesleyan baseball team he coached by Rickey in 1903 and 4, and the gentlemanly way Thomas handled it. When Rickey signed Robinson, Charles Thomas's story was made known in the papers. As far as baseball, in 1903, Rickey signed a contract with the Terry Hotnots of the Class B Central League, making his professional debut on June 20th. Rickey was assigned to the Lamar's Blackbirds of the Class D Iowa South Dakota League. During his period, Rickey also spent his collegiate career. Rickey attended the University of Michigan, where he received his LLB. While in Michigan, Rickey applied for the job as Michigan's baseball coach. Rickey asked every alumni he had ever met to write letters to Philip Bartolome, the school's athletic director, on his behalf. Bartolome recalled, the day after those letters came in, Bartolome was reportedly impressed with Rickey's passion for baseball and his idealism about the proper role of athletics on a college campus. Bartolome convinced the dean of the school that Rickey could handle his law studies while serving as the school's baseball coach. Bartolome reportedly called Rickey into his office to tell him he had a job only if to put a stop to those letters that came in every day. The hiring also marked for the beginning of a lifelong friendship and business relationship between Rickey and Bartolome. Bartolome and Rickey worked together for most of the next 35 years, and in 1944 a California newspaper noted he and Rickey have had a close association in baseball ever since Bartolome was head of the athletic department of the University of Michigan, where Rickey took to baseball just as a means to build up his failing health. During his 4 years as head baseball coach from 1910 to 1913, Rickey's record was 63, 32, and 4. In his final season, the Michigan squad, led by brilliant sophomore first baseman and left-handed pitcher George Sisler, who batted .445, compiled a 21-4-1 one-loss record and a winning percentage of .827. As far as his managerial and executive career, St. Louis Browns in 1913-16, Rickey was in his 3rd year as the Wolverines baseball coach when St. Louis Browns owner Robert Hedges rewarmed their relationship. Hodges inquired if Rickey were interested in running the minor league Kansas City Blues, which he was thinking of purchasing. Citing his commitment to Michigan, Rickey turned Hedges down, but he agreed to do some part-time scouting for the Browns in the West during the summer of 1912. That September, a persistent Hedges presented Rickey with a new opportunity to become his top assistant and business manager of the MLB Browns themselves, at a substantial salary increase, effective after Michigan's 1913 baseball season. This time Rickey agreed to terms, and his career as a professional baseball executive was launched at the age of 31 on June 1, 1913. After 3 months in Brown's front office on September 17, 1913, Rickey was also appointed field manager, replacing incumbent George Stovall and adding those responsibilities to his existing duties. Veteran players Jimmy Austin and later Bert Schotten became Rickey's Sunday managers, running the Browns to the Sabbath in the young pilot's absence. The Browns, in the midst of several low points during their 52-year history, were 52-90, and in last place at the time. Rickey steered them to a 5-6-1 record over the last 12 games of their 1913 season. Then, in 1914, with Rickey to charge from the first day of spring training, they improved 14 games, jumping from 8th to 5th place in the American League. However, the 1915 Browns took a giant step backwards despite the June signings of the player who would become one of the greatest in franchise history, future Hall of Famer Sisler, and they went only 63-91, 8.5 games poorer than the 1914 edition. The team's on-field struggling notwithstanding, Rickey maintained Hedges' confidence, but during the 1915-16 offseason, as part of the settlement of the Federal League War, Hedges sold the Browns to the former operator of the Fed's St. Louis entry, Philip D. Catesby Ball. The new owner brought along his own manager, Fielder Jones, and restricted an unhappy Rickey to front office duties. Compounding matters, the men's personalities clashed, and as the 1916 season concluded, Rickey began searching for other employment. As far as the St. Louis Cardinals in 1917 to 1942, early years in the World War I service in 1917 and 18. Coincidentally, the National League St. Louis Cardinals were also enduring a period of ownership turmoil. In 1916, they had finished 8th and in the senior circuit and attracted a league worst 224,308 fans to Robeson Field, and their owner, Helene Hathaway Britton, put them up for sale. A local consortium of businessmen, including automobile dealer Sam Breeden, quickly formed to buy the financially strapped team and keep it from moving elsewhere. Searching for a chief executive, they reached out to St. Louis sports writers and asked for recommendations. All 7 separately suggested Rickey. Get a sip of water real quick here. Sorry. Just chair, I think, in here. I'm getting older. This folding chair is not supporting me as well. But before he could join the Cardinals, Rickey had to sort out his existing obligations to Ball and the Browns. American League president and founder Van Johnson, determined to keep Rickey in his league, pressured Ball to seek a temporary injunction to enforce the terms of Rickey's contract. The dispute was resolved in April 1917 when Rickey was permitted to assume his duties as the Cardinals club president and business manager. He also purchased a small share of the team. Apart from his year as president of the Continental League in 1959-60, Rickey would spend the remainder of his baseball career in the National League. Each of Rickey's first 2 seasons with the Cardinals would be overshadowed by the United States' entry into World War I on April 2, 1917. Despite their last place standing in 1916, Rickey inherited 2 Hall of Fame assets, 21-year-old infielder Rogers Hornsby and the Cardinals manager Miller Huggins. Each contributed to a strong bounce-back season in 1917. Hornsby batted .327 in 145 games and led the team in hits, and Huggins guided the Cardinals to 82 wins and a third-place finish during the 1920s. Hornsby would become the cornerstone of the franchise as it became a National League pennant contender, but Huggins, who had been a member of the rival ownership group that lost its bid for the Cardinals to Breeden's syndicate, departed for the New York Yankees. At season's end, he would lead an eventual American League and MLB powerhouse as consolation prize for Van Johnson's circuit. As far as the war disrupted in 1918 campaign and saw the Cardinals, managed by the veteran's minor league pilot Jack Hendricks, perform poorly. They plummeted to last place in the National League, winning only 51 of 131 games during the shortened regular season, which ended September 2nd. Rickey, however, had at that point already enlisted. He embarked by steamship for France and the West Front in mid-September, recovering from a bout of pneumonia contracted aboard ship. Rickey commanded a training unit of the Chemical War Service that included Ty Cobb and Christy Mathewson. His unit saw action as part of the Gas Regiment. After the November 11, 1918 armistice ended hostilities, Rickey returned to the United States on December 23rd, and when he resumed his duties with the Cardinals, he succeeded Hendricks as field manager. When he was a field manager in 1919 through 1925, Rickey's record as manager of the Cardinals for 6 full years, and part of a 7th, was relatively mediocre. 458 wins, 485 losses, and 4 tie games with a .486 winning percentage. They did improve to only 53 victories in 1919 and 75 in 1920. They posted winning marks from 1921 to 1923. In 1920, the ownership of the team stabilized when Sam Breton purchased controlling interests and took over from Rickey as club president. As far as a business general manager in 1925 through 1942, when the Cardinals' 1925 season began poorly, Breeden fired Rickey from his manager's post on May 30th at 13-25. The club was in last place in the National League, 13 games out of the lead. Hornsby was named player manager to succeed him. Age 43, at the time of his firing, Rickey had been a player manager and executive in the major leagues, and there had been little indication to this point that he would ever belong in a baseball Hall of Fame. However, Breeden could not deny Rickey's acumen for player development and asked him to stay to run the front office. An embittered Rickey stated, "You can't do this to me, Sam. You are running me." "No," Breeden responded. I am doing you the greatest favor one man has ever done to another." Although he was not first executive titled as general manager in the Major League Baseball history, his actual title was business manager. Through his activities, including inventing and building the farm system, Rickey came to embody the position of the baseball operation. Meanwhile, in 1926, in his first full year as manager, Hornsby led the Cardinals to their first World Series championship. As far as development of the farm system, two more pennants followed in 1928 and 1930, although each team fell to its American League foe in the World Series. By 1931, Rickey's Cardinals were the class of the National League, and they won 101 games in 1931 and won the World Series in 7 games over the defending champion Philadelphia Athletics. The stars of the 1931 World Series was fed by the Cardinals scouting corps headed by Charles Barrett in 1871 to 1939, who introduced tryout camps to identify young amateur talent across the United States to fill the pipeline. Soon, other organizations' graduates joined the team, among the future Hall of Famers Dizzy Dean, Joe Medwick, Gas House Gang, the 1934 Redbirds, known as the Gas House Gang, who won the franchise's third World Series title. As far as the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1942 through 50, history of the Brooklyn Dodgers: when Rickey's good friend, Brooklyn Dodger general manager Larry McPhail, enlisted in the Army to serve in World War II after the 42 season, the Dodgers hired Rickey to replace him as president and general manager, ending a tenure over 2 decades with the Cardinals. In 1945, the Dodger ownership reorganized, with Rickey acquiring 25% of the Dodger stock to become an equivalent partner. Then, as far as breaking the color barrier, Rickey's most memorable act with the Dodgers involved signing Jackie Robinson, thus breaking baseball's color barrier, which had been an unwritten rule since the 1880s. This policy had continued under a succession of baseball leaders, including Landis, who was openly opposed to integrating Major League Baseball for what he regarded as legitimate reasons. Landis died in 1944, but Rickey had already set up the process in motion, having sought and gained approval from the Dodgers Board of Directors in 1943 to begin the search for the right man. Yoda Papa Vintage Card, sounds good, Bernie, awesome, Guru. I am going to start a box of 2024 Heritage and Top Series 2 doubles when I get the ones I need for my sets. Oh, there you go. Guru's in the house. How you doing, David? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you being here. Okay, and so on August the 28th, 19 1945, Rickey signed Robinson, who never played in the USL, to a minor league contract. Robinson had been playing in the Negro Leagues for the Kansas City Monarchs. On October 23, 1945, it was announced that Robinson would join the Montreal Royals, the Dodgers International League affiliate, for the 1946 season. He would end up as the league's batting champion and led the Royals to a dominant league championship. There was no statute officially banning blacks from baseball, only a universally recognized unwritten rule which had no club owner was prepared to break, with perpetuated by culturally entrenched racism and a desire by club owners to be perceived as representing the values and beliefs of everyday white men. The service of black Americans in the Second World War and the celebrated pre-war achievement of the black athletes in American sports, and such as Joe Louis in boxing and Jesse Owens in track, helped pave the way for the cultural shift back in the day. Rickey knew that Robinson would face racism and discrimination. Rickey made it clear in their momentous first meeting that he anticipated wide-scale resistance, both inside and outside baseball, to opening its doors to black players. As predicted by Rickey, from the start, Robinson faced obstacles among his teammates and other teams' players, no matter how harsh the white people were towards Robinson. Had agreed with Rickey not to lose his temper and jeopardize the chances of all blacks who would follow him if he could help break down the barriers. Amid much fanfare, Jackie debuted and turned out to be a success. Robinson was baseball's first Rookie of the Year, and while he often nor did he pay for rights to Don Newcomb, who would also join the Dodgers from a Negro League club. Rickey also attempted to sign Monty Irvin, but Newark Eagles business owner Effa Manley refused to allow Irvin to leave her club without compensation. When she threatened to sue him in court, Rickey stopped the pursuit of Irvin, who would have later signed with the New York Giants. Amid much fanfare, Jackie debuted and turned out to be a success. Robinson was baseball's first Rookie of the Year. While he was often jeered by opposing baseball players, managers, and fans, he became extremely popular. With the American public. His success became the crowning achievement of Rickey's illustrious career. His Dodgers would make the World Series that year, although they lost in 7 games to the New York Yankees. Rickey's vision and action had set the stage for the Dodgers to be contenders for decades to come, and it opened the door for other leaders like Larry Doby of the Cleveland Indians, who integrated the American League in 1947 as well. Later career with the Dodgers from 1945 to 1950, Rickey was one of 4 owners of the Dodgers, each with 1/4 of the franchise. When one of the 4, John L. Smith, died, Walter O'Malley took control of that quarter. Then O'Malley was forced to offer more money, and Rickey finally sold his portion for $1.05 million, equivalent to about $13,300,000 in 2023. Then on with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1951 to 55. Immediately upon leaving the Dodgers, Rickey was offered the position of executive vice president and general manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates by the team's new majority owner, John W. Galbraith. he joined them on November 1st, 1950, 1 month after the 1950 Bucks, who lost 96 out of 153 games, finished in last place for only the third time. And then after presiding over one last place season with the Pirates, Rickey proposed cutting the pay of power hitting superstar Ralph Kiner. When Kiner objected, Rickey famously quipped, "Son, we could have finished last without you." Get a sip of water here real quick. Okay. Rickey remained on the Pirate masthead as chairman of the board for almost 4 full seasons after Joel Brown succeeded him as general manager in October of 1955. He also held a small amount of stock in the club, but that association ended in the middle of August 1959 when, nearing his 78th birthday, Rickey took on another challenge as the chief executive of a proposed third major league, the Continental League. He was president of the Continental League, a significant shift in population from eastern and midwestern United States to the west and south after World War II. It wreaked havoc in the established 16-team two-league major league structure, opening up growing markets and triggering a 2-decade-long series of franchise relocations beginning in 1953. In 1957, these were dramatized by the transfer of each of New York City's National League teams, the Dodgers and Giants, to California, abandoning their established fan base. When Mayor Robert F. Wagner Jr. and attorney William Shea were unsuccessful in their attempts to attract senior circuit teams from smaller markets, including the Pirates, to New York, Shea announced plans for a Major League Professional Baseball, the Continental League, on July 27, 1959. In addition to New York, Continental would be represented by clubs in Denver, Houston, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Toronto, plus 3 additional markets to round out the 8-team league. It was scheduled to begin play on April in 1961. As far as his return to the Cardinals after negotiations broke down in May of 1961, that would have seen Rickey take over the Mets as their president and general manager. He went into contemporary retirement. The year also saw Rickey endure tragedy and hardship on a personal level. On April 10, 1961, his son, Branch Jr., farm system director in Pirates, died from complications of diabetes at the age of 47. Then on June 27th, Rickey suffered a serious heart attack, his second cardiac event since 1958, while staying at his summer home on Canada's Mount Island, and was airlifted to Sudbury, Ontario Hospital for treatment. Upon his recovery, Rickey and his wife, Jane, decided to move from suburban Pittsburgh back to St. Louis in 1962, where on October 29th, Rickey returned to the Cardinals exactly 20 years to the day he left to become general consultant for the development of Cardinal players and special advisor, owner August A. Bush Jr. Rickey is also undetermined St. Louis general manager Bing Devine, who had begun his baseball career under Rickey in the late 30s as an office boy and was a vocal critic of one of Devine's highest profile and most successful trades when he acquired veteran shortstop Grote from the Pittsburgh Pirates after the 1962 season. Rickey believed that Grote, 32 at the time, was too old. Grote, however, still had 2 prime years left. He batted .319 in 1963 and .219 in 1964 and was runner-up in the National League's 1963 Most Valuable Player Award. He was the National League starting shortstop in both 1963-64 All-Star games and helped lead the '63 Cardinals to a second-place finish. but the 1964 team fell behind in the standings and seemed stalled in 5th place in mid-August when Bush fired Devine on August the 17th and replaced him with Rickey protege Bob Halsam. The 82-year-old consultant and special advisor was cast as the cause of Devine's downfall. The controversial firing embarrassed Bush after the team Devine assembled caught fire in the season's final 6 weeks, won the National League pennant, and triumphed in the 1964 World Series. After the season, Bush terminated Rickey's contract, ending a professional baseball career that had spanned 62 years. As far as his death, a public speaker in his latter years, on November 13, 1965, Rickey collapsed in the middle of a speech in Columbia, Missouri, as he was being elected to the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. He had told a story of physical courage and was about to relate an illustration from the Bible. Now I'm going to tell you a story from the Bible about spiritual courage, he said. Rickey murmured he could not continue, collapsed, and never spoke again. He faltered, fell back into his seat, and slipped onto the floor. He never regained consciousness. His brain was damaged when his breathing stopped momentarily, though his heart picked up its rhythm again. Through the next 26 days, hospitalized in a coma, there was little change. On December 9th, about 10 p.m., he died of heart failure at Boone County Memorial Hospital in Columbia, Missouri. 11 days before his 84th birthday, Branch Rickey was interred at Rush Township Burial Park in Rushtown, Ohio, near where his parents, his widow Jane, who died in 71, and 3 of his children, including Branch Jr., also rest. Rickey's grave overlooked the Scioto Valley, about 3 miles from his boyhood home in Stockdale, Ohio. As far as his honors and legacy, according to a historian, Harold Seymour, Branch Rickey stands forth as professional baseball's counterpart of that oldest stereotype of American folklore, the shrewd, hard-working, God-fearing Yankee trader. He was also one of baseball's genuine innovators, an administrator who made a lasting imprint on the industry. His seeming contradictions between profession and practice, together with his skill in oracle obfuscation and circumlocution, caused many to regard Rickey as a hypocritical mountebank. Yet even his detractors acknowledged Rickey's industriousness, organizing genius, and unsurpassed ability to judge the potential of raw recruits. Rickey built the Cardinals into a baseball empire. At its peak, comprised 32 clubs, 600 or 700 players, and an investment of more than $2 million. In addition to Rickey's election to the Baseball Hall of Fame as a contributor in 1967, in 1997 he was inducted into the St. Louis Walk of Fame. In 2009 he was elected to the College Baseball Hall of Fame. In January 2014, the Cardinals announced Rickey among 22 former players and personnel to be inducted into the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame Museum for the inaugural class of 2014. A ballpark in Portsmouth, Ohio, once used the Portsmouth Explorers, a charter member of the Frontier League before the club folded in 1996, named in Rickey's honor. The Branch Rickey Arena, Ohio Wesleyan University, is also named in his honor. A section of U.S. Highway 23 in Ohio, north from Franklin County border to the city of Delaware, has been named the Branch Rickey Memorial Highway. 1992, Rotary International of Denver, Colorado created the Branch Rickey Award. which is given annually to a Major League Baseball player in recognition of exceptional community service. Outside of Coors Field in Denver is a monument to Rickey by the sculptor George Lundeen, dedicated in 2005 with this simple inscription: "It is not the honor that you take with you, but the heritage you leave behind." Another quote attributed to Rickey is, "Luck is the residue of design." Members of his family also became involved in baseball. Son Branch Jr. was an executive with the Dodgers and Pirates for over 2 decades prior to his 1961 death. And grandson Branch Rickey III served as a farm system director with the Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds and president of AAA American Association and the Pacific Coast League during his 57-year baseball career. His brother Frank Wasner Rickey, 1883 to 1953, scouted for the Cardinals and Dodgers. His signees include Hall of Famers Slaughter and Johnny Mize. Frank Rickey's son-in-law, Charles A. Hurth, 1906 to 1969, was a longtime minor league executive who served as president of the AA Southern Association and briefly in the spring of 1961 as the first general manager of the Mets when Branch Rickey and the team were still discussing a top role in the New York front office. That job ultimately went to George Weiss, the former Yankee executive. Moreover, Rickey's influence to loom large after his passing, especially in the National League. 1 year after his 1965 death, 5 of the league's 10 general managers, Houseman Cardinals, Devine Mets, Brown Pirates, Buzzy Bavis the Dodgers, and Bill DeWitt with the Reds, as well as National League President Giles, had one time worked under Rickey during his long executive career. As far as portrayals on the stage, in film and television, due to his connection with Jackie Robinson, Rickey has been portrayed numerous times on screen and stage. In 1950 movie The Jackie Robinson Story, he is portrayed by Minor Watson. In 1996, the HBO movie Soul of the Game, Rickey is played by Edward Herman. In the 2013 film 42, Rickey is played by Harrison Ford. Rickey's great-granddaughter, actress Kelly Jackie, also appears in the film. Rickey is the little character in the 1989 Edward Schmidt play Mr. Rickey Calls a Meeting, a fictionalized version of the meeting in which Rickey offered Jackie Robinson a major league contract. Additionally, he was also featured heavily in the 2016 PBS documentary Jackie Robinson, which was directed by Ken Burns. That's Branch Rickey's biography. Now we'll go over his induction information into the Hall of Fame. He was, during his lifelong career pretty much, a catcher, a manager, and an executive. He was born December 20th, 1881 in Portsmouth, Ohio. He died December 9th, 1965 at the age of 83 in Columbia, Missouri. He batted left through right. His MLB debut was June 16, 1905 for the St. Louis Browns. His last MLB appearance was August the 25th, 1914 for the St. Louis Browns. His MLB statistics: batting average .239, 3 home runs, 39 runs batted in. His managerial record: 597 wins, 664 losses, giving him a .473 winning percentage. Again, as a player for his teams, he played for the St. Louis Browns 1905 and 6, the New York Highlanders in 1907, and the St. Louis Browns in 1914. He was a manager for the St. Louis Browns 1913 to 15 and the St. Louis Cardinals 1919 to 25. As a general manager, St. Louis Browns 13 to 16, St. Louis Cardinals 1917-18, 19 to 42, the Brooklyn Dodgers 1943 to 50, and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1950 to 1955. His career highlights and awards: 4 times World Series champion, 1926, 31, 34, and 42, 4 times National League pennant winner, 28, 30, 47, and 49, played major part in development of the farm system, signed Jackie Robinson for the Dodgers, and helped integrate African American players into Major League Baseball in 1947. St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. He's a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 1967 via the election method, the Veterans Committee. He also had a football career, battling bishops and career information college with Ohio Wesleyan University and the University of Michigan. His career history as a coach: 1904 and 5 for the Allegheny College, 1907, 1908 Ohio Wesleyan University, 1910 to 13 University of Michigan. As a player, 1902 to 1903 Shelby Blues. And then miscellaneous sundry items. So there you have it. Branch Rickey's biography. For his Hall of Fame induction. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Well, it's already after 3 o'clock. Let me put Branch Rickey off to the side here. Let me see how many thumbs up we got in the chat here as of now. Okay, tell you what, I'll give it a little bit more time. We'll open up the Fairfield. We will open up the vintage Fairfield first. We've got 5 thumbs up. Hello, God is great. Still listening. Very interesting bio, Don. Thanks, Bernie. So we're going to open up this vintage 2002 Fairfield and see what kind of nice stuff we can find in here. We did okay. I think I've got 1 more of these. Yes, next week we'll have my last Fairfield. And then the week after that we will have my last vintage Fairfield. That'd be neat to kind of try and find out how far the Fairfields go back. We're going to peel this off here. We know the manufacture date. It was copyrighted in 2002. So I just like to keep the little tray if I can keep it in one piece when we're done here. Just to kind of hold cards when I'm sorting them and stuff. Oh, there we go. We got Robert Kelly on the back there. Remember, there's only 35 cards in this box. So it's definitely less, and they're all going to be mostly 2000 or older. 2002. So I haven't seen too much. Wouldn't that be neat if you found a Ichiro rookie card in here when they first came out? That would have been the second year. But we got a Tony Gwynn here for 1 Hall of Famer there. Got a Dave Gallagher with the Angels. A Kirk McCaskill with the Angels. A Wally Joyner with the Angels. Kyle Abbott with the Angels. Steve Lombardozzi with the Twins, I believe. Yep. Rance Mullenix. Got a backwards card here. A Darren Lewis, Top Stadium Club with the Giants. Chris Spear with the Giants. We got Jeff King with the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's a Pirate card. Marquis Grissom, Fleer 91. Scott Champerino with the Tacoma Tigers Pro Cards. The 1990 Pro Card. Chris Gwynn, Tony Quinn's brother, rookie prospect. Kevin Ritz with the Tigers. John Olerud. Is that John Olerud's rookie? Almost, not quite though. Second year card. Then we got Kurt Young with the Athletics. Sorry, I should hold them up a little bit higher for God is great. Then we've got Eric Hansen with the Mariners. Ooh, we got Patrick Lennon, star rookie card. And ooh, that's a nice Dwight Gooden card. I like that one. It was a little bit sticky there. A little bit of paper loss, but 1986 All-Star Dwight Gooden. Doug Drabeck with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Paul Asemacher with the Cubs. Jerome Walton with the Cubs. Todd Froworth with the Phillies. Paul Kilgus with the Cubs. Jose Girardi. Baseball greats Roy Campanella. I'm trying to remember. Campanella. Yeah, Roy Campanella is a Hall of Famer. Thought so. Alright, next up we got Mike Schooler with the Mariners. Let me see, that's a fan favorite there. To get my Mariners here. Oh, Omar Vizquel. Dave Burba. Alvin Davis. Dave Burba. Uh-oh. We've got our Fairfield double. Even in the vintage. We've got our Fairfield double. Then we've got a Gary Painter. $1991. My word. Is that me or is that card double vision? Drew Hall with the Texas Rangers. Todd Stoudemire. And Roberto Kelly with the Yankees. We got Blue Jays, Texas, Red Sox, Cubs, Phillies, Cubs, Mariners. Look at all those Mariners I'm getting here now. In the older stuff, I get a lot of Mariners. Athletics, Blue Jays, Dodgers, Expos, Giants, Blue Jays. Who's that one? Twins, Angels, and Angels, right? So not too bad. Doc Gooden, Dwight Gooden. So we're guaranteed one Hall of Famer. Well, we got that one back there. The Tony Gwynn All-Star card. And we got the Roy Campanella, who played from 1948 to 1957. So, pretty cool there. I like that. We'll set these off to the side here. Got a Yankee. Got two Pirates cards. And I actually got a handful of Mariners. Surprisingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Seattle Mariner cards. Oh my word. How on earth did that happen? I know why. Because these are older cards. Alright, so let's put that away. I'm pretty sure we probably still don't have 10 thumbs up, but let's see. We do one last refresh here. Let's see, who do we got in the stream here? Chuck Nasty Sports. Chuck just popped into the stream. Yoda Papa Vintage Cards. Are you still here? Are you still here, David? This is my left behind box that he sent me of repack products. Let's see if we can find one with an awesome hit in it. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got 13 packs. but I'm going to, we got 5 thumbs up. I'm going to open up one more pack. If Yoda Papa Vintage Cards is here, give me a pack number from 1 to 13. 1 to 13. Give him a minute to respond. If not, I'll ask for okay, whoever responds next then. God is great. Choose a number between 1 and 13. God is great. Choose a number between 1 and 13. Okay, whoever's first in the chat that types in a number between 1 and 13, I will choose that pack. Whoever wants to type it in there. A number between 1 and 13. Because we got 13 packs. Chuck Nasty Sports says number 13. Oh, there was one under there. That's fine. Alright. So it's going to be a Topps 2021 Series 1 for our final pack for this week. We'll go back to the mystery box of repacks next week. Oh my word. Oh no. I don't think I've got this one. But we're going to save it for the end. Julio Rodriguez. Alright, let's see what kind of Mariner and Hall of Fame sweetness we got in here. We got a Dominic Canzone rookie card, yellow border. That's pretty cool. I like that. And a Cal Raleigh. A Cal Raleigh metallic snowflake rookie card for Go See Cal. Alright, now we've got a rookie card for Logan Gilbert, one of our new up-and-coming pitchers. It's his rookie card in a black and a green something or another. Prism. 2021 Prism. Then next we've got a Mitch Haniger, Topps Gallery. Mitch Haniger, Topps Gallery. Then we got a Seattle Mariners, Felix Hernandez, Grandstand. Awesome. We got a Cal Ripken Jr., Donruss 2020. We got a Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. with the Seattle Mariners. Ooh. Oh, that's the reverse negative, and this is the base. That's the reverse negative. I like that. Uh-oh. Got a backwards Matt Brash. That is pretty cool. A reverse negative. Reverse negative. That is awesome. Then next we've got a Matt Brash here. A Matt Brash. Ooh, it's a Matt Brash rookie card auto for Matt Brash. Oh my word. Where does he find all this stuff? I have a hard time finding stuff. Now that one is cool. That one goes in a top loader. Along with serial numbered cards. If we get them. But this one is no doubt going to go into, well, not the Cal Ripken, but the Julio green. I do like the rainbow foil of Cal there, but the green Julio '69T-50. Julio is a 5-tool sensation and one of the most exciting players in baseball. This is a 2023 card. He combines power and speed to a unique degree. He was the first player ever to record at least 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases in his first year. His .357 center field putouts were third most in the league, and he finished in the top 5 in outfield assists. That's my Julio. That's my Julio. Appreciate that, Logan. Left Behind Times. Blake of Left Behind Times. Oh my word. I'm getting so confused. But that's because it's a good day. But I'm going to take a little bit of break here. We're done for now. And then at 6 p.m. I'll be doing my Ken Griffey Jr. WhattNot auction, 6 to 9 p.m. Just check me out on WhattNot. If you've never been there, you can check me out at least. Alright. So, other than that, I can't think of anything else to talk about. You all have a great and wonderful weekend. We will see you here next Tuesday for our next round of Hall of Fame biographies. Again, it would be Cal Ripken Jr., but I've done his, and I turned his Cal Ripken Jr. into episode number 350, because that's what episode we would be up to for Cal Ripken Jr. And so after Ripken Jr., we have Mariano Rivera, RICKEY, Phil Rizzuto, and Robin Roberts. So those will be our next 4 Hall of Famers. That means the week after next will be Brooks Robinson. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be another good one. I already got 2 cards right there for Brooks Robinson that I've been highlighting for a little while. Then when we get into the S's, we'll get into Duke Snider over here. This is a Duke Snider ceramic card, along with this Brooks Robinson ceramic card. There, you kind of hear it, the ceramic pound. Might want to put a new plastic on that one. That got something spilled on it or something. And then this beautiful gem here, I'll share more about that later. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign. Oh, we got to do the 2-minute warning. Can't sign off yet, but I'll know I got to do the 2-minute warning. I'm glad I remembered at the last minute here. So start the 2-minute warning. There we go. We got 3:28, 3:30. We'll end the 2-minute warning. Have a great weekend on, everybody. Another great stream as always. Thanks, everybody. We got Bernie, we got Jay's Mix, we got Chuck Nasty Sports. They're all going to get 2 points so far. Alright. So hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys show up. You don't have to buy anything from my sale. Just hang out on WhattNot with us and chat in the chat. If you show up, maybe I can help you be a moderator. Sometimes you need it on these auctions. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Alright. Let me get ready to end it here in a second. Okay, as soon as it says 3:30, I'm going to go ahead and end that, and I will get you all logged in, and we'll get you off for the weekend. And then I'll see you again next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the winner is... Get that up here a little bit. Move that up here a little bit. And move these up here a little bit. I'll get all that stuff sleeved up. Alright, there we go. Boom. Alright, I've got you in there. I got Bernie, Jay's Mix, Chuck Nasty Sports. Alright, let me get you guys logged in real quick and then we'll sign off for the day. We got Bernie with a +2. We've got Jay's Mix with a 2. Chuck Nasty Sports, Chuck Dupree with a 2. Chuck, Bernie, and Jay's Mix. Chuck, Bernie, and Jay's Mix. Alright, I think I've got everybody. So I got everybody in here. You all take care. This has been Down Blonde Hall of Fame Veterans, Sports Cards, and more, having been live with episode 249, Branch Rickey, Baseball Trivia ×2, Left Behind Repack Box, Pack, and Vintage Fairfield Friday. Until next Tuesday, you all have a great and wonderful weekend. And as always, be blessed. You all take care, okay? We'll see you again on Tuesday, and thank you very much for all your support in the channel. Appreciate all my regulars. Until then, you all take care and have a